Hey, that's the guy.
Huh? Yes? That's right, but... It appears I'm being pursued, yet again. I'm sick and tired of it all, but I'll just have to wait and see what happens. Several militia members came up to me.
Are you Nas? The Nas who came here from Muse?
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to ask twice, I heard you the first time.
Hey, it really is him. Hurry up, everyone.
What's the problem?
You're coming with us to go see Lady Teresa. Come on, stand up.
The man grabbed my arm roughly in an attempt to make me stand. Reversing the maneuver, I likely twisted his arm upward.
Ah! Ow!
If we're going to see Teresa, I'd be more than happy to come along. I was planning to head over there myself, so there's no need to do anything crazy.
I got it! Please, just let go of my arms.
Sure thing.
Ah!
The man lost his balance and fell to the floor with a loud crash. Well, shall we go? You'll take me to where Teresa is, correct?
Yeah. Come with us.
The militia soldiers surround me as we left the inn to go see Teresa. Along the way, I inspect the militia's equipment. The armor they used was similar to that of the Muse troop, but here and there were signs of recent repair. They didn't have enough gear and they looked like they didn't know the first thing about fighting. It seems like they just fall apart if they had to fight much. They held a hodgepodge of mismatched weapons. Some had swords so long that might hit their comrade more than their enemies, and others had daggers not much bigger than a knife. They probably hadn't done a formal drill ever. No doubt about it, they were a bunch of novices. The elite, handpicked troop of Highland wouldn't have any trouble with them.
Alright, here it is. Get in there.
Alright, I got it. Hold your horses. We had to come to the room I've been to before on the school campus. It looked like the dean's office. I opened the door to find Teresa, the foreign swordsman, and Emilia inside. What is it? That man? It's the one who was dying earlier.
Yes, Lady Teresa. We just arrested a man named Nas. The Highland troops are searching for him. Hey, get in here.
Hey, I already told you that I understand. Don't grab me like that.
This man is Nas.
What are you saying? Who gave you those orders?
Huh? Well, we heard that one of Highland's terms was that we captured and hold over a vagabond named Nas who had escaped from Muse.
It's impossible to keep rumors from spreading. We haven't decided on Highland terms yet.
But for negotiating purpose, if we were to hand this guy over, it should buy us a little more time.
If he's wanted by Highland, he won't be long for this world if we hand him over. I don't have the arrogance to negotiate with a person live. All of you, leave now.
But...
Stand down.
Understood.
As the militia reluctantly filed out, Teresa approached me. I most humbly apologize for the behavior of my troops. Are you in better health now? Well, yes. In any case, I was thinking about coming to express my gratitude anyway. Thank you for saving me after I collapsed. No thanks are necessary. It's only natural to save a wounded traveler. Lady Teresa! Yes, Emilia? I know. Please, excuse me, Mr. Nass. We're in the middle of some planning. For the war against Highland? Yes, the armistice ends tomorrow morning and it will probably turn into a full-blown battle. It's probably best for you to leave this town as quickly as possible. Sounds like a bad situation. But the Highland army already has Green Hill surrounded. So even if you did run, I had to over the situation a lot. I don't know what Jas is planning, but he won't be able to kill me directly. Not if it's shooting for the missing in action routes. The Highland general that had pursued were probably just doing as well. Island already has Green Hill under siege. It's only a matter of time before Green Hill will be occupied by Highland. Someone like me, wanted by Highland, will be tracked down and executed. Well, if Green Hill falls into Highland hands, it seems pretty likely that Jas and his guild henchmen will take advantage of the confusion to kill me. After all this, it looks like my fate and Green Hill may be the same. Like a candle flame flickering before a strong wind. There are two paths here. I can lend my strength to Green Hill and hope that they can break Highland siege with my help, or I can try to break out of the siege and flee on my own and take an oath. And take on both the Highland troops and the gunners. So what you do? Okay, the choice is obvious. Try to escape somehow or lend my strength. This will trigger another scene, but for now I will do this. Lend my strength. It's the obvious reason. That's right, even putting the Highland army aside, Jasmine will be keeping an eye out for me. Escape is pretty much impossible. Just goal to the bitter end is to make it look like I bungled my mission and got killed by Highland troops. If I ran away now, I expect him to take advantage of it. So I decide to say that to Teresa now, be wilder phrase. Let's say my fate is bound up with Green Hills, so I'll lend you my strength. For my sake, and for Green Hill. Mr. Nass, I appreciate your offer, but please rest and recover your health. Leave the fighting to us. We will not let Green Hill fall. If things proceed as they are, your head will be on display at the city gates by tomorrow morning. Then the swordman at Teresa's side, who had been silent through all this, suddenly approached me. Seemed he didn't appreciate my words. Shin, stop that! Mr. Nice is only trying to...
I apologize.
Shin silently slashed at me with his sword. I instantly blocked it with a dagger I quickly drew from my sleeve. It doesn't let any surprise show in its face, as if somehow he had known that this would happen.
I simply want to determine your skill. I apologize for my rudeness.
So, did I pass your task?
Between that tactic and the way you move, it's clear that you have military experience. Here in Green Hill, there are nearly none of such experience. If you would lend us your strength, we would be truly grateful.
You have nothing to do with Green Hill. We don't want to drag you into this. Stop there. You might say that, but since I can't run away, I think it's fair to say I have a stake in this. Even putting that aside, I'm still a wanted man in Highland. It may be, but... Well, how about thinking about it this way then? While Highland has Green Hill under siege, Nas can escape. So until the siege is lifted, we'll borrow his strength. It's true that we have desperate needs of anyone with experience, as long as Naz is okay with it. Right. Now that that's decided, we had better start mobilizing. We only have until tomorrow morning. We can't lose this fight, Miss Acting Mayor. Yes. Citizens has gathered in the plaza in front of campus. Every single face had a look of anxiety that was impossible to hide. Clearly, the reason was the breakdown of negotiation. Crying voices were amongst the crowd as it stirred. It was turning into a pretty tragic atmosphere. It's undeniable that this is a group anticipating an upcoming battle. Suddenly, the entire crowd lifted their faces as one to look toward a single point. Teresa had arrived in front of them. Gradually, Teresa made her way to the center and began to speak in a clear voice. Everyone, please, listen to me. 2 weeks have passed since Island troops first laid siege to Green Hill. Our supply situation is not yet desperate, but Muse had been lost and Sharpwind is already in Highland's hand. We have sent several messages to the Knights of Matilda, but perhaps they were captured on the way. Either way, the Knights haven't moved. As you all know, to negotiate with the Highland Army earlier. I went to negotiate with Highland Army earlier. However, the terms for surrender require that Green Hill yield all its supplies to their army. And I find that too bitter a pill to swallow. With that, Teresa stopped speaking. After briefly averting her eyes, she turned to the townsfolk once more, with a determined look on her face. I must ask you all a question. Would it be better to go down to the Highland camp and, while starving, aid in the destruction of the other city-state member? Or do we fight here? A wave of tension spread through the citizen. People were murmuring. The right to decide what should happen to Green Hill lies with everyone. Whether to fight or surrender, it's up to you. I will, however, promise you this. Those who will plead to protect Green Hill to the best of their ability, I will be your ally, and I will give my body and soul to support you. I was honestly pretty surprised that Teresa, who had seemed nothing more than a young noble, was able to give such an impressive speech. Green Hill's entire military strength is suppressed by a single Highland soldier, so the presence of Teresa could be a key to victory. It seemed as if townspeople have made their minds without any argument at all. A swell voice rose, calling for battle with the Highland army. Naturally, I asked Emilia to plan a few people to steer things in the right direction, but it looked like that wasn't necessary. Now, we had cleared the first hurdle on the path to victory I had pointed out to Teresa. The first thing to do was to unite the hearts of the townspeople. Without unity, a chance of victory would be nothing but a dream. The citizen had begun to take on a look of determination. Teresa picked up the change and began to speak once again. If there's a consensus, Green Hill will not yield to Highland and will choose the path of battle. Is this alright? The citizen responded to Teresa's words in a approving cheer. Very well, just as I made promise to you, I also request a promise in return. Until this battle is over, I will have you all follow my order as acting mayor of Green Hill. Man and woman, young and old, must obey without question. All of Green Hill will face this restriction. This is the second hurdle. A disorderly mob such as these people would have no chance against Highland troops. The first thing is to establish a commander whose order will be universally obeyed. With the enthusiastic person in the crowd, Teresa's proposal was stamped with no complaint. So far so good, but the toughest hurdle will be the last. Very well. I will now give everyone my first order as acting mayor. Once again, the citizen grew tense. From this moment, I will give command of all the armed force to the city of Grand Hill to one person I have selected. Yet again, the crowd began to stir. During the distraction, I made my way to stand next to Teresa. I appoint this man, Nosledge, to that position. During this pronouncement, the townspeople began to raise voice in question. Who's that? Hey, it's that stranger who's staying at the inn. How would she break him? Can we fight under the command of a stranger?
This isn't funny.
There's no way I'm following him.
Once the voice had quieted down sufficiently, I opened my mouth to speak. My name is Nosledge. Teresa has hired me for 7 million poch. My family is related to the Silverbergs, famous for their strategic prowess. The dispute in the Queendom of Felina was quieted by my hands. My assistant is worth 1 million serfs. Beside me, Teresa's eyes were like dinner plates. Of course, they were all outright lies. In the busy city of Green Hill, however, nobody could confirm or deny them. That was the only way I could think of to gain the trust of the citizen. The militia especially seemed to remain strongly doubtful. It looked like I need to put a flashy performance. So, are there any here who still want to oppose my appointment here? 6 self-proclaimed men of valor had already stepped out in opposition. It's a little harsh with calling them that it would be a lie. While they were confident enough in their skill, they were still novice and so no true opponent of mine. Unarmed, I threw each of them to the ground. Well then, it appears there aren't any more complaints. As I said that, I glanced at the face of the troops. The first thing was to let them know the level of difference in our skill. Though it was grudging, I could see acceptance of the soldier face. Teresa began to speak once more. Tomorrow, Highline will begin their attack. There isn't much time left and our disadvantage is obvious. From now on, please follow Mr. Nassau's order and begin their preparation. We must not let Green Hill pride to be trampled on so easily. The citizen's face, raw grief, took on a determined expression. Somehow, we managed to clear the third hurdle. The townsfolk will begin preparation at my command. Without delay, I began giving order to the townsfolk. Alright, I expect work to begin at once. First, will be my order for the militia forces. I'll look over the militia. There was a mixed sense of respect for my strength amongst them. What it be? Don't we check from here? Ignoring the voice, I began handing down orders. Immediately, take off your armor and place it together with your weapons here. Suspicious of this unexpected order, the troops assembled their weapon and armor into a pile in front of me. Good. Next up, if any of you have any experience in blacksmithing, please step forward.
I'm Jude and I teach sculpture classes here. Huh?
Hey, you're the one from before.
Yes, we did meet before, didn't we? At the time, I wouldn't have thought you were a celebrated strategist worth 1 million yen. I thought we were just trying to get a feel of Lady Teresa's face, same as me.
I see, so we'll start off with weapons and armor.
Ransom then.
No, first of our weapons. Melt down this weapon, gather here and forge the metal into spear points.
All of this into spear points?
Yes, all of them.
Understood. I'll begin right away.
Hey, now wait a sec. We're going to turn all this sword into spear points? Isn't that waste?
It's a bigger way to put them into the hands of a bunch of novices like you. Once you're all holding spear, I'll teach you how to use them. Anyway, here's your next order. Take all of this armor to the top of the sword wall. The top of the wall?
What in the world are you planning?
When that's finished, I want all of you soldiers to make dummies. Get the resource you need from the forest behind the school. Emilia, you're in charge. Make them like how I showed you before. Yes, I understand. Leave it to me. Alright, everyone, follow me. Blaze will not be forgiven. Come on, grab that armor and follow me. Soldier left campus while Emilia in the lead. For some reason, Emilia seemed awfully happy. Next up, are there any rune master among you? This is Jin Grey. Yeah. I'm Jin, and I teach rune at the academy. May I be used to you? Certainly. I'm studying to be a phonologist, but at the moment also studying runes. I appreciate your help. Now then. Well, we could assemble the pupils from my class to help out. I think, but how would we be helping, I wonder? Oh yeah. Can you take all the runes and sealed orbs in Green Hill and turn them into talisman? That way, more people will be able to use them than if we were to just leave them as runes. That's true. Is that the only favor you want to ask? Yes. You're klutch. You're a bit. But you're not standard. Okay, we'll begin immediately. We don't have much time, right? Jane, Connell, and the rest of the class left for the classroom. They need an appropriate space to work in. With them taken care of, I turn to face the remaining townspeople. Those remaining draw water from the city wells and place it strategically around town. Once that's finished, tear down all stone walls inside the town and carry the stone to the top of the east well and the west walls. To be in charge of this, I'll point. Me. I'll take care of it. Draw water and carry stone on top of the walls. I'll do it. Sure, I'm counting on you. Everyone, please hurry. There's not much time left. Once your work is finished, return here and give your next set of order. Once I had finished, Teresa nodded in satisfaction to step in front of the townspeople once more. Everyone, let's fight! The victory! Alright everyone! Resolve, draw water, barrels, bucket, cup, pot, choose whatever works. Finally, all the townspeople scattered to perform their various tasks. Now that our major work was done, I was a bit relieved. Teresa, now calm, turned to me. Mr. Ness, thank you very much. We couldn't have done this nearly so well without your help. Oh, well, looks like my old man training came in handy. Every time I ever need to use it back then, I resent him for it. My. Mr. Ness, do you think Green Hill can win? Frankly, I've used all the knowledge and spirit I can master. We can only pray to the gods now. Do you believe in gods? There was a time when I did. And he is